across South Florida. The sticky, moisture-laden air that has clung tight with precipitable water values near 2.2 to 2.3 inches has quietly drained away, replaced by a notably drier air mass, with P watts now dropped into the 1.4 to 1.7 inch range. This shift is orchestrated by the northward retreat of the surface low and frontal boundary that previously fueled wetter conditions, allowing an upper-level ridge to build and a surface high to ease in from the western Atlantic. Under this new setup, our skies are largely sunny, and any showers today will be of the classic sea breeze variety. Isolated convection sparked over inland and southwestern zones where heat, moisture, and a gentle east to southeast flow converge. By evening, expect subtle remoistening of the column back toward climatology, P watts creeping into the 1.8 to 1.9 inch realm, nudging up convective threat slightly for tomorrow. So, pilots and learners, think of today as a return to textbook summer, a daily rhythm sculpted by sea breeze fronts dancing under a building ridge. Moving inland to Georgia, the action today remains under the influence of Atlantic moisture surging westward into the area, manifesting as a wedge of drizzly low clouds in the morning. The easterly wedge sustained by the high offshore gradually yields to a southeast flow as ridging expands over the western Atlantic. By afternoon, P watts will likely climb into the 2.0 to 2.5 inch range, supporting scattered to numerous showers and embedded thunderstorms, with the potential for locally heavy downpours, especially if training occurs. Instability will be modest. Muokape in the 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram range, enough to spark a few harmless thunder cells. These showers will taper overnight but bounce back into Tuesday as a shortwave rounds the ridge and lifts from Alabama into western Georgia, again tapping into anomalously high moisture. Throughout the week, expect daily pulse storms in the afternoon, with temperatures slowly climbing back to seasonal normals as the ridge asserts control. The southeastern U.S. is under a shifting stage of highs, ridges, and troughs. South Florida today sits under a rising ridge and departing frontal remnants, so the script is the familiar summer pattern, sea breeze-driven and sparse. Meanwhile, farther west along the Gulf, an inverted trough drags deep tropical moisture inland, creating a ripe canvas for slow training thunderstorms and elevated flash flood risk. In Georgia, that Atlantic moisture punches in through a decaying wedge, energized by subtle upper-level features, prompting a day of drizzles and isolated thunderstorms in a moist, unstable air mass. Now, let's hop west to the Gulf Coast. An inverted trough stretches from south-central Alabama down into the Gulf, acting like a conduit funneling rich tropical moisture. P watts exceeding 2 inches, perhaps up to 2.5 inches, back into the region. As this trough crawls northwestward, the winds aloft rotate from northeastern to southerly, inviting showers and thunderstorms firmly onto land, shifting the heaviest convective action from the open Gulf toward the coast. The atmosphere is loaded and somewhat stagnant, easy pickings for slow-moving training storms able to stack rain over the same spots. Models suggest 2 to 4 inches of rain, with isolated patches possibly approaching 6 inches. Given high antecedent soil moisture, the region is on alert for flash flooding now. Florida's peninsular shape and proximity to both seas guarantees sea breezes dominate convective timing, and the western Gulf Coast, with its open exposure, receives moisture surges from the south unchecked. Georgia, buffered inland and shaped by ridging and waves rounding the ridge, experiences more diurnal and synoptic triggered activity. Expect VFR across South Florida, albeit with isolated brief convective surprises, whereas coastal Alabama faces IFR conditions with widespread rain early on before improving. Georgia sits in between, morning low ceilings improving, but afternoon showers possible. Mechanistically, it's a study in contrast. Ridging and drying in the east, inverted trough and moisture advection along the Gulf, and a moisture-fed wedge interacting with shortwaves inland. Expect VFR across South Florida, albeit with isolated brief convective surprises, whereas coastal Alabama faces IFR conditions with widespread rain early on before improving. Georgia sits in between, morning low ceilings improving, but afternoon showers possible. Mechanistically, it's a study in contrasts, ridging and drying in the east, inverted trough and moisture advection along the Gulf, and a moisture-fed wedge interacting with shortwaves inland.